due for one infraction or the other, calls me back from beyond the pale. But not today. This day I address an affront, hard to believe, that may be even more egregious than any indignity perpetrated by the infamous imus sports reporter. The transgressor this time, Terry Paxton Bradshaw. Yes, he of the legendary Super Bowl champion Pittsburgh Steelers, one of the most prolific quarterbacks in history, and, sad to say, also one of the most psychologically encumbered, maladjusted, unstable discernment crash cases I have ever seen. Seemingly, Bradshaw has it all. Hall of Fame, Emmy Award winner, motivational speaker, NASCAR team co-owner, forgettable minor movie actor, forgettable, if modestly successful, author. Enough? No. As though the paunchy, blue-eyed, bald one were not mercilessly inescapable enough, comes this. As God is my witness, Terry Bradshaw sings Christmas songs. You know you're drunk, Uncle. The failed, overweight, middle-aged one with the lampshade on his head, sitting in the corner, alternately weeping and giggling embarrassingly as he croaks out Adeste Fidelis. You tell me, then, that you've not heard this individual before.
Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey!
What would impel a person to humiliate himself so? Yes, 3 Bradshaw marriages went up like roadside bombs in Baghdad. But could that alone explain it? Could the Bradshaw finances have been left in such a shambles that you need money this badly?
Frosty the snowman was a jolly happy soul with a corncob pipe and a button nose and 2 eyes made out of
Or
gold.
this?
All I want for Christmas is my 2 front teeth. My 2 front teeth. See, my 2 front teeth.
And this?
Oh, gee, happy I'd be if I could only whistle.
Dear God, how desperate can one person become?
Yeah.
Terry Bradshaw sings Christmas songs for the whole family. Full title of the compact disc. Perhaps. But it must be the Manson family. Because this thing, dear listener, is torture. Pathetic. I'm Howard Cosell, and I'm only telling it like it is.
There's an old Christmas card in an old dusty trunk, and it brings back sweet memories dear to me. Pardon me if a tear falls among my Christmas cheer. It's the memory of an old Christmas
Kudos. High five. And the ever-popular...
Fair skies in Central Park. I'm Tracy Burgess with the Toyota Fan Highway Patrol.
21 minutes after the hour here in the Imus Morning program on the radio all over the country and on MSNBC Monday through Friday, 6 to 9 a.m. Eastern Time. Well, we're going over to ICAP today, Deirdre and I. ICAP is the world's largest inter-dealer broker, Chuck.
Right.
With average daily transaction volume in excess of $700 billion, more than 50% of which is electronic. The group's active in the wholesale markets of OTC derivatives, fixed income securities, yada, 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 money market products and all that. Huge outfit. And they have a charity day every year in which they give all of their brokers' fees to charity. This year, once again, last year they gave $276,000 to the Imus Cattle Ranch for Kids with Cancer out in Ribera, New Mexico. They're doing that again this year through the Don Imus WFAN Pediatric Center for Tomorrow's Children's Fund. Also honoring the Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Hospital, the Boys and Girls Club of America, City Meals on Wheels. A great outfit, a bunch of great brokers, the men and women, all of them, about 15 years old over there looking like me.
Right.
And they're wheeling and dealing, and they're
Hard charging.
great folks. Please welcome now to the imus761 morning program, Brittany Gastineau. Good morning, Miss Gastineau.
Hi.
How you doing, baby?
I'm doing good.
Okay, so you'll have to excuse me, and I apologize, but I don't know anything about this show you're going to do. It's in the newspaper this morning, other than what Sid Rosenberg told me. And my first question for you would be, do you know Sid Rosenberg?
Of course.
Brittany, how old are you?
I am 22.
Okay. And how do you know Sid?
I know Sid through my agent.
Oh, okay. And you and your mom, and your mom's Lisa Gastineau, right?
Correct, yeah.
Okay. And you and your mom, who's your dad? Was that
Mark.
Mark Gastineau. Oh, okay.
Yes.
And y'all are doing a what?
My mother and I are doing a reality TV show called The Gastineau Girls.
And this is going to be focused on you guys at home, or?
Yeah, it's going to be focused on, they're going to be in our house, and we're going to be traveling and just having a good time with our friends and our dogs, and just following us all around, living the glamorous Gastineau girl.
Why would you guys agree to do this?
Why would you agree?
Mm-hmm.
This is a good opportunity. My mom and I have always wanted to do work together, so it'd be a good opportunity for us to be working together. We love each other, so it's just to show America that mothers and daughters really do love each other.
Mom seems like a nice lady, is she?
A very nice lady. She's great.
Well, which brings me to the next question. And you seem like a nice young woman. I mean, I just talked to you, but who knows, I can tell. You know, I have an ability to read people's voices that I don't have time to go into now. But I get good vibrations from both you and your mom.
Thank you.
My next question would be, why would you associate yourself with the dregs of humanity in the guise of Sid Rosenberg?
Sid is a great guy. He's fun.
He's a horrible person.
Crazy.
But is he going to be on your show?
I don't know. Maybe. You'll have to watch.
Yeah, she's not going to tell you. I mean, that's the whole beauty of it. I mean, she's...
Exactly.
Right.
It's reality. This is keeping you tuned in.
Right.
Well, what possible role would you have with these two women?
We can't tell you yet. You know why? Because I don't think me or Brittany even know at this point.
Hey, Brittany, when's it going to be on? When's it going to be on, and where's it going to be on?
It premieres on E January 31st.
Oh, okay.
It's going to be on E.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, good luck with the show.
Thank you very much.
And keep your eye on Sid.
I will.
Telling you. You're just 22, you got a lot to learn, kid.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Bye.
Brittany Gastineau is like a very lovely child, a young lady.
Beautiful.
And somehow got hooked up with you.
Yes.
How can it be reality if they already know Sid's going to be on it?
What are you talking about, dude? That doesn't make any sense.
No, you didn't just say dude, did you?
Yes, he did.
Did I?
Yes,
Yeah.
What are you talking about, dude?
That's like last night. I watched Jon Stewart on the Larry King Show, and I love Jon Stewart. But I mean, when he started using the word dude, I just thought, you know,
Come on, bro.
you're a 40-year-old Jew from Jersey. Come on, dude, stop calling people dude. I mean, hello, you're Jon Stewart. You know, it's like Usher last night. Hey, by the way, another troubling situation here this morning. Usher won the Billboard Artist of the Year award.
He won. He did. He won the award.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow, let me get up off the floor once again.
But anyway, I mentioned it to Tracy, who's basically, you know, an attractive 40-year-old white woman.
Not basically. She is an attractive.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very attractive.
Yes.
She's discussing Usher's abs.
Yeah. Well, she's into her body, Tracy. She runs marathons and, you know, I mean,
We're not discussing her body. We're discussing Usher's.
As she was.
She was.
Yeah. She likes black guys.
I think she was admiring his fitness.
Yeah, but she does.
I just found that troubling.
But you went to see the Nutcracker.
I took Wyatt.
I understand.
Well, no, his mother and I took him to see one to see it.
There's a 6-year-old kid who plays chess, and now he went to see the Nutcracker. So.
It's also a cowboy.
There was a cowboy in the village people, too, don't forget.
Yeah, okay. One good one for Sid for a week. From Oral-B, the Professional Care 8000. It has different customized brush heads, a tongue cleaner, and interdental cleaner for between teeth. It's a great gift. The Professional Care 8000, the official toothbrush of the Imus in the Morning program. You can call Imus Ranch Foods directly at 1-888-284-IMUS, which is 4687 on your phone, 1-888-284-IMUS, and get gift packs of Imus Ranch salsa. #1 selling salsa, by the way, in all the supermarkets on the East Coast. Imus Ranch salad dressing, fabulous stuff. We just got 3 cases of it at the apartment that we ordered. You know, it's just, I mean, I'm telling you, it just doesn't get any better. I had a little salad when I got back from the ballet last night. I had a little salad with lettuce and some cucumbers, and I dumped a bunch of that Caesar dressing on it. It doesn't get any better. Imus Ranch coffee and turquoise buffalo tortilla chips all come in gift packs. 100% of the after-tax profits from all Imus Ranch food products go to the Imus Cattle Ranch for Kids with Cancer out in Ribera, New Mexico. 1-888-284-IMUS. Rob Bartlett and Bartlett will be performing their Big Fat Christmas show this Saturday and this Sunday, December 12th, at the Seven Angels Theater in Waterbury, Connecticut. You can get tickets by calling the Seven Angels Theater, or you can go to robshow.com. Please welcome to the Imus and Wayne program now from CBS Sports, our friend Phil Simms. Good morning, Mr. Simms.
Good morning there, Donnie. You know, you're making Charles uncomfortable over there, man.
What?
You got back to the ballet and you had some salad, and oh my gosh.
I wasn't even going to bring it up.
Charles, I heard you just got a moan or something. I can hear it in the background.
It's troubling.
It is.
Well, having a salad is troubling?
No, but I mean, just the way you put it together.
And I got back to the ballet and I had a salad. With some lettuce, and I just, with cucumbers. Did you cut up the cucumber?
Oh, unlike you used to put one in your pants when you played football.
Boy, that's going low. That's not true. Hey,
You have a cold?
a little bit.
You haven't been over to Lawrence's house, have you?
Maybe. Whatever it takes.
What were you going to say?
Just, well, I'm waiting.
What?
I'm waiting for an apology.
For what?
For last week.
What did I do?
Well, you had to play back and just ridicule me for, I don't know, for whatever, and then you picked games this past weekend. Did you forget that already?
Yeah, I did. How did I do?
Oh, you did great.
I did.
You did great. You had the New England Patriots beating Cleveland, so you really you stepped out on that one.
Well,
that was good.
My obligation is to pick winners.
I know.
Not to be a hero.
You had the Houston Texans over the New York Jets.
That was not a good call.
No, that wasn't. You had the Giants over the Redskins.
That was not a good call.
No. And then Monday night you had the Seattle Seahawks over Dallas.
That was a bad call.
Yeah.
I apologize.
It was a good week.
That didn't do well.
I didn't hear you bragging about that, ridiculing all the sports people. You know, it's oh well.
Well, I don't. Well, first of all, I picked the games and then I lost the sheet in which I had picked them.
I wrote them down. Don't worry.
No, obviously you did.
But it was kind of, you know, I just yesterday I thought, let me go look and see how you did last week, and I looked it over and I said, oh, that's good. That's good.
Which game with you and the man with the personality of a bowl of vanilla ice cream, Jim Nance, be doing this weekend?
Don't be knocking Jim Nance.
All right. I'm sorry.
You know, come on,
I hope it's a Tampa Bay San Diego game because that's the only game that looks like it might be any good.
Yeah, that'll be Fox.
No, what?
Yeah, Tampa is the Fox team, and they go, so they get that game. We got a good game. We're going to Pittsburgh. The Jets at Pittsburgh.
Oh, yeah, that could be all right.
Yeah, that's going to be a good game.
Jets have no chance there. But...
Oh, well, yes, of course, your word is so strong. And
no, but they have no chance against Pittsburgh.
Well, of course they do.
Pittsburgh's going to win the Super Bowl.
They might do that.
Yeah.
They are playing well. They are tough. You like Bill Cowher?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, he's a good man.
So
he's got that chin working again this year. So
I like those kinds of coaches like him. I like that guy at Brian Bellick, whatever his name, at Baltimore.
Yeah.
I like Parcells. I even liked, speaking of not much personality, I even like Belichick.
Yeah, me too.
Marty Schottenheimer. I like Marty.
Yeah, they're all the guys you're talking about. They're kind of old school.
Yeah.
You know, they run it that way.
I love John Gruden. You know, I like him.
Yep.
Okay.
So you've got a good list of guys there.
And not much going on in this conversation.
Well, you know, I'm hoping you kind of help me out here, bring something.
I'm doing nothing for you.
I can't do it all.
I apologize. Well, you're right. And number one, you're right. Number two, I'm not doing anything for you.
No, you're not. You know, well, I tell you what, when there's a dull moment in your show, just play some of Bradshaw's Christmas album. That'll lighten things up.
Man, what was he thinking about?
Hey, I don't know. Yes, he did.
I mean, that is really...
I think you said it right. It's troubling. But, hey, Bradshaw's done movies. He's put out albums before.
I know he has.
Yeah, and you know, I have to admit, for an ex-quarterback, he's a pretty good singer.
No, he's horrible.
No, he's not a good singer for anything.
No, for an ex-quarterback.
For an ex-anything.
Anything.
Well,
he's
yeah,
horrible.
I could put an album out and sound that good, but
Believe me, you could.
it would be like you playing quarterback, Don. It isn't going to fly.
By the way, that's a pretty good example because that's exactly what it would be like.
But he knows enough not to attempt it.
Yes, I know. Yeah, I'm smart enough to know that either now or 40 years ago I couldn't do it. So.
You know what's going to be troubling to everybody, don't you, is the fact that a month from now, we're going to see that it's in the top 5 selling Christmas albums or something for the season. So
that's not going to happen.
I don't know. You know, you just never know. So
hey, I'm thinking about taking dance lessons.
I heard that. Now, dance lessons or ballet?
Ballet.
Jesus.
What's the matter?
I don't know. It's just the thought of it. I was picturing you know, doing some ballet. Hell, you'll break a hip, a knee. It's telling what will happen.
The thing is, I have one from running. I have one my toenail that's I've got to have addressed. So I've got to have that fixed first because I wouldn't be able to do any toe work initially. But.
Man, you know, you got to toughen up just a little.
No.
That's somebody. So are you really seriously thinking of taking some ballet lessons?
Yes,
Yes, Terry. Yes.
Did you say deer?
No, I said Terry. I started to say Terry. There's one meathead quarterback, or I can't keep him straight.
You very well
Charles.
may have said deer. He may
Charles.
have. I know.
No, I didn't.
It's unbelievable. But no, I think you should. You know, listen, you take some ballet. Let me hear how it goes.
Okay.
I want to see if you can get any of this done. Can you get up on your toes? Can you?
Well,
just let me know if you get it. What do they call it when you a pirouette or something like that?
whatever it is.
Yeah. I want to hear the progress.
It's going to take a while to get into it.
Yeah. Are you going to do it with somebody? Is your wife going to take it too? Don't make your son do it.
My wife is not speaking to me.
Oh, she's not?
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh.
All right, man. Thanks.
Hey, thank you, Don.
Phil Sims, the great Phil Sims here on the Irish Subway program. 19 minutes till the hour. Charles has an update on what's going on in the world.
They got hip and stuff. Absolutely.
Can you imagine?
Oh, my God, I know I can. Well, there's a story out of Columbus, Ohio that we have followed this morning, man. The guy who jumped up on the stage and started shooting everybody. Horrible story.
According to Joey DiFazio, this is the greatest band to ever walk the face of the earth.
Well, Pantera was, and he says that this is the guitarist who was in Panteros, the guy shot and killed, shot 5 or 6 times. Among 4 people who were shot and killed, then the police came in and shot the gunman, so there were 5 total, 2 people wounded. And this happened at some little club where this heavy metal band was appearing, and apparently they're now saying that this guy did have issues with the guitarist, Dimebag Darrell Abbott. And that apparently was his principal target. He had yelled something evidently at the guitarist before he jumped on stage just as they were opening their first number. And 5 people dead, including the gunman. And
did they know each other?
I don't know. They simply said that he had, apparently, that this was his primary target, even though he then started firing randomly around and into the crowd, and police came and dropped him. So that's all they know at this point, and they haven't identified this guy as yet, or at least they have not announced his identity. And then Dick Clark, recuperating from a mild stroke, as it's described, suffered earlier this week. Mr. Clark says he hopes to be back at work, though, by New Year's Eve, or rockin' New Year's Eve. In a statement issued through his representatives, Clark said, "The doctors tell me I should be back in the swing of things before too long, so I am hopeful to be able to make it to Times Square to help lead the country in bringing in the New Year once again."
Yay! No.
No.
Hey.
No. Mild stroke.
No. How is that funny?
Mild.
No. How is that funny?
Mild stroke.
How is that funny?
God.
Let's hope that that's not the way he sounds.
That's not the way he's, I'm sure, well, I feel relatively sure that's not the way he sounds.
At least he's doing better than old Dimebag Don,
Yes, he is.
now known as Body Bag Don.
You're absolutely right.
Jesus, I mean,
What? Yeah. Well, that would be more appropriate, unfortunately, this morning.
let's hope it's a rockin' New Year's Eve with,
It won't be with old Dimebag, and it might be with Dick.
its name is not Dimebag, by the way.
Yes, it is. Dimebag Darrell Abbott.
Oh, Dimebag Darrell.
Yeah. Dimebag. That's his nickname.
That was his nickname.
Was his nickname.
Got a new one now.
I've never heard of the band, which I'm
Damage plan.
surprised Joey didn't try to hit me to it. But
Have you ever heard of a body bag?
no, but I like that. If I
Let's
yes,
look
I
at
have,
thinking,
and I'd like to
napping
put
one,
you
too.
in one. We're gonna beat you too. No, I'm in and Bernie there, like the Everly Brothers. All right now.
He's a good one.
Oh, my God.
Oh, come on. We want Dick Clark to do well, don't we? Of course we do.
Absolutely. We love Dick.
Sure.
Well,
Perennial teenager. Look a little.
you know the I-Man likes Dick.
You know, Jesus.
And always has.
You're just uncultured Neanderthals, all of you.
Pretty much. Huh? As opposed to the cultured Neanderthal that you are.
Well, which is really the truth that my wife didn't drag me to all this. Well, I actually liked it. We had fun. It's just too cold in there, man. That's crazy how cold it was.
Any shrinkage in the ballet dancers' parts?
No, they're all great. You know, it's a New York City ballet. They're, you know.
But how could you subject your kid to looking at some man's genitals and tights on this festive holiday season?
Did you have to, was it uncomfortable? Did you have to do an explanation of what he was seeing as, like you're looking at a Cialis commercial?
Don't they giggle and they look at that?
Wyatt is a fairly sophisticated kid. He doesn't.
Oh, he knows what that
He knows what the deal. He's not.
Even sophisticated kids, when they see genitals, they notice. And they react.
He never said a word.
What do you mean? The guy looks like he stuffed a gourd in his drawers.
He didn't say anything. Well, he's seen his dad around the house. He's used to that kind of...
Oh, shut up. God. Oh, dear Lord. Holy cow. Hey, Dad.
Well, go ahead.
We want that erection, Wyatt.
Doesn't the potato go in front, Daddy?
It's 14 minutes now, so yeah, you guys are just pigs.
Now you do.
Well, no, I don't. I have to use your word, you dirtbag.
Dirtbag?
Yeah, dirtbag.
That's a little rough.
No, that's accurate. Can't be making it. I mean, why would we want to go out of our way to make hurt her feelings? Didn't she seem like a nice kid?
How is that hurting her feelings? She's having sex with Jeremy Shockey.
That's not the way you put it, though.
What's the difference? The same thing.
Well, but I mean, there's a more genteel way to describe what's been going on.
Well, I didn't realize this was NPR radio.
I didn't say it was, but, you know, what, Jeremy Shockey, me banging her?
Splitting her like a wishbone.
Grudge hosing her against the garage door, why don't you say?
What's he saying?
Well, he's a pig. He says Jeremy Shockey was banging Brittany Gaston.
Not true. He didn't bang her.
You're a pig.
Who told you this?
I happen to know.
You don't know
Everybody
anything.
knows.
Yeah,
And Sid knows it too.
No, you.
Now he's a shill for some show about the couple of dingbats.
Oh,
On
dingbats.
the E Network. All of a sudden he's like, no.
You know why he's upset? You know why he's upset?
Oh, I have
I'll tell you
an idea. Why?
Because Mr. McGurk tried desperately to get on the program, and they pushed him aside like he was an absolute nobody.
Is that right,
Now he
Bernie?
resorts to calling my friend Brittany a dingbat and making up horrible stories about her screwing these idiot football players.
Right.
This is all a bunch of nonsense. This is once again McGurk not able to get his TV career going to the right track.
Just like out of left, just make stuff up out of left field. Why don't you?
Oh, what about you?
Well, how about you? Well, what did you just do?
Yeah.
It was in the
You're
it was in the newspaper.
What newspaper?
Every newspaper around town.
What's over
The New York
knows
Times?
it as well.
If you knew
The
anything,
New York Times?
I'm talking about papers of fact.
Boston Globe? Washington
I'm
Post?
talking about reliable, credible papers like the New York Post. New York Post, Daily
if
News.
you knew anything, Bernie, you would know she was banging Usio Manura and not Jeremy Shockey.
Did Richard Johnson have it?
Yes, he did. Matter of fact.
No, he
All right,
didn't.
well,
no, he didn't. It's a lie. She wasn't
I have
banging
something
anybody.
there.
You were such a
You're
fraud.
unbelievable. Jesus. What a child. He's the most
But that's language.
You
How
were
do
a
we mean
whore.
that? You're a whore.
Sid,
You're a slut. Yeah, you're a slut, Bernard.
I'm not going to taking my kids to see gay
He's got you there.
dancers with bulges sticking out of their tights.
Oh, what's that? He's got you. He just turned the tables on you, man.
No, he didn't
Yes,
turn
no,
any
he did.
tables
No, he
on
did.
you.
You're a child abuser.
Yeah.
How am I a child abuser, you dumb
Turn the
bastard?
tables on you. He bent you backward over the table.
Yep.
That's what he just
You
did.
gotta start showing up at work with lesions on your face and
Oh,
stuff. man.
Jesus, you bastards. None of you can die a quick enough, horrible enough death to suit me.
I love you, won't you tell me your name? Imus in the morning. JB&R Plumbing.
I'm calling.
Just started thinking about it.
Man, about Tom Bowman over there at MSNBC. Tom, of course, taking the short yellow bus to work every day wearing a blue helmet.
and the baker's mittens.
He is really just, man, you talk about a loser. Holy God.
Oh, God.
Is this my stub?
What?
Is this my stub?
Sucking on a seatbelt.
He is really just, I mean, you can't make up what those bastards have done over there to me. Or they bail out of me talking to Meacham about Jesus.
Yeah.
And then this morning they bailed on me.
Well, what were you doing?
I was talking about the amputees at Walter Reed Hospital. These 19 to 20-year-old kids coming back from Iraq.
Trying to generate some money for him,
And these bastards bailed on me. I mean, you can't make it up.
Oh, a nose hair clipping commercial.
Yeah, the thing that guy, they shaves that guy. Guy looks like a gorilla, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Looks like Bo Dietl.
Yeah.
So,
And he's running that around inside his nostril. That's real good.
talked to Takapina yesterday, by the way.
Speaking of gorillas.
Oh, he's a pretty. I don't give him a bad time for a while. That guy's a pretty smart lawyer, you know that?
That's what I mean. He's an 800-pound gorilla.
Well, that's why he's going to D.C. with Bernie. So.
You bet. Yeah.
Anyway. So, what's going on in the world, Chuck?
That grilling, actually, that Defense Secretary Rumsfeld got yesterday from a couple of the troopers there during his visit to Kuwait continuing to draw reaction. One service member asked Secretary Rumsfeld why troops on the front lines lack the proper armor for their vehicles and have to go around scrounging stuff to stick in their vehicles to try to protect themselves. Retired General Tommy Franks told NBC's Today Show program that he thought the exchange, in his opinion, this is his word, was terrific.
This is the kind of question that'll register in Don Rumsfeld's mind, and I'd be very surprised were he not having the science, having the arithmetic done today. So exactly where are these armor kits for these Humvees?
Specialist Thomas, didn't you know that ahead of time, you jughead's shill for the Bush administration?
Profiteer phony?
Yeah, you war criminal yourself. General Tommy Franks cashing in with his cheesy book.
Now he's asking questions?
Yeah, jerk. I mean, that's outrageous.
Specialist Thomas Wilson of Knoxville's 287th Infantry Regiment is the soldier that posed the question. Tennessee Adjutant General Gus Hargett is refuting reports that Specialist Wilson now might face any sort of retribution for challenging Mr. Rumsfeld.
I'm proud that we got a young man that can be articulate enough to challenge the Secretary of Defense on what he's doing. It's a good question. You know, why should they have to come in there and work 24 hours a day to do that, to get it ready? Why can't they fall in on modern new equipment? The real answer is that industry can't make the up-armored Humvees and all those things as fast as they need them over there.
And the idiot Secretary of Defense said the following. Well, after a homina deal, then he says, well, you go to war with the army you have, not the one you want. Well, the point was, yes, you would if you had to. But if you had to. But they didn't have to. There wasn't any, I mean, in spite of what Porkchop Butt said and the rest of these clowns, there wasn't any imminent threat.
But in their minds, the window of opportunity to exploit the American anger over 911 to get their agenda through was closing, and in that sense, they had to, but not to protect us.
But then what I'm saying is, in the reality of the world, that's rationale. Then what you're talking about then is their rationale. What I'm talking about is the real world.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't have to do anything. So was at best just an obscene, offensive answer from that smug, arrogant jerk over there at the Defense Department. Chuck continues.
When President Bush ordered the Department of Homeland Security last year to create a national database of potential terrorist targets, it's a safe bet. Not a lot of people thought it would take this long to complete. According to USA Today, however, the database of airports, dams, pipelines, chemical plants, skyscrapers, and other potentially vulnerable sites is so far behind schedule that it could take years to finish.
Oh, that's great.
In addition, several lawmakers, including members of Congress who've seen parts of this classified list, say the database is nothing more than a haphazard compilation.
Did you list the list?
I did. I think I did.
It's the Imus the Morning Mini iPod a Day giveaway. The first caller, 1-800-370-IMUS, to correctly identify the artist and title of today's Imus iPod song will win a new mini iPod. Give to gift of music this holiday season. The iPod family has grown, and now there's one that's just right for everybody. No Mac or PC user should be without one. iPod, which one is right for you? Well, I have the 30 GB one now, Chuck. Yeah, I got some tunes on that bad boy. Bet. If you know who this is and what the song is, call me. 1-800-370-IMUS, which is 4687 on your phone.
Well, they call me back door Santa. I make my runs about the break of day. I said they call me back door Santa. Make my runs about the break of day.
Yeah, sneaking up on you, baby.
I make all the
And on MSNBC, Imus Ranch Foods, sponsored by the new Power Toothbrush from Oral-B, the Professional Care 8000. You can call Imus Ranch Foods at 1-888-284-IMUS, IMUS. Get gift packs of Imus Ranch salsa, salad dressing, fabulous stuff, I'm telling you. If you receive this as a gift, you'll be ordering it the rest of your days. I mean, it's just great stuff. Imus Fans Coffee and Turquoise Buffalo Tortilla Chips. 1-888-284-IMUS. 100% of the after-tax profits for the company go to the Imus Cattle Ranch for Kids with Cancer. Here on line one, trying to win an iPod, is Mark from Boston, Massachusetts. Good morning, Mark.
Hey, how are you, man?
All right, baby.
How's it going? I'm saying that's B.B. King.
You are? What's the name of the tune?
No, I didn't hear it. I put my radio up. I thought it was going to be conflicting.
You don't know the name of the tune? Well, then you don't win. Here's Bob from Kansas City on line two. Bob.
Hey, baby.
What's the name of the tune?
Hey, B.B. King, Dr. Santa Claus.
No, you're wrong. Here's Mark on line three. Mark, what's the name of the tune? Hurry up.
Imus.
Call me back, though, Santa. I make my runs about the break of day. I said they call me back, though, Santa.
Keep these idiots off my phone.
Runs about the break of day.
God, are they stupid. Mark from
I make
Canada.
all the ladies happy. Bye! While the men are out at play.
Oh, I don't mean that. That's a fool.
I ain't like old Saint Nick. He don't come but once a year.
Notice everybody shut up. Enough.
You gotta chill out.
What is happening to you? Because I don't want these idiots on my telephone.
You're losing your mind. You're losing your mind.
You just go from 0 to freak out in 3 seconds.
Did you consider the possibility that they might not know the answer as you went into the record with that deadline?
Right, as you queued for the record, when the guy happened to know part of the answer.
Shut up.
Well, come on.
You shut up.
I am not shutting up because you have got to get
Shut up or
yourself...
I'll make you shut up.
Got to get under control.
No, the point is,
You have less patience. No patience
they
at
call
all.
me backdoor Santa. How hard is that?
No, but they didn't even get to that part yet.
Guys, these people are idiots.
No, I'll tell you who the idiot is. Gee,
And then you gotta see your face when they don't get it right, and the whole plane gets...
By the way, you can't give these morons an iPod. They won't be able to figure out how to use it.
Dr. Santa Claus.
Why did it have to be Dimebag Darrell? Why couldn't it have been 8-Ball Iron?
Man, that is just hideous. All right, we're going to start over now.
You need medication. You need something.
I don't need any medication.
I've never known anybody who needs it before.
Nobody has less patience than you.
That's not true.
No, there's absolutely
I
true.
have plenty of patience.
Something
Zero.
is wrong with you.
There's nobody
Do you
around.
understand that? That
Really?
something is really, honestly, genuinely, and sincerely, deeply wrong with you.
No, but I don't pretend to be something I'm not.
But I'm telling you, something's wrong with you.
No, something's really wrong. You
You've got some like brain lesions or something that are in your. Something's wrong with you.
It's not gradual. You
something's
floor into
wrong.
freak out level right away. Right away.
I did lose my temper
Freak
tonight.
out.
And why? Because something's wrong with you.
No, but I don't
You
think
need
so.
to get to a doctor.
He needs to be put to sleep, Chuck.
No, I know neither one.
Have you ever had like a brain scan? Have you ever done, one of those CRT things with your brain?
What does the wave look like?
Well, they didn't find anything.
No, the wave looked like that perfect storm deal.
Bunch of sixes.
No, mighty.
You can't find a paperclip and you freak out.
Today is Charity Day at ICAP. ICAP is the world's largest inter-dealer broker
Your people are idiots.
with an average daily transaction volume in excess of $700 billion. First of all, I don't need some half a commie from Canada calling me, trying to win an iPod in a Christmas giveaway. So,
Well, there are no communist up in
What are you
Canada.
talking about?
well, you know what I'm saying. All right, let's do it again here now. We're just going to start over.
Oh.
All right, I'm going to take a breath here.
Oh, my God.
Try to collect myself and
A cyanide capsule.
what? Why?
Just close your eyes and take a nap for a while.
brother.
I don't want to. I feel fine.
Damn.
Dirt nap. You
Unbelievable.
take a dirt nap, you dirt bag.
Oh, my God.
All right.
You won't be able to do it, so forget it. You're not going to be able to compose yourself.
No, you really aren't. I mean, it's impossible.
Well, I have one that they would never get.
All right, go ahead.
Well, why do that? Because then it's just tedious. And it just goes on.
Right.
I mean, my heart is going.
Oh, mine, I just,
How much tell you what, I'll bet you these morons can't get this one.
Stress.
First of all, what's the matter?
Well, I just told you. I just reading this thing about stress accelerating the onset of skin
But
cancer.
you see, I'm not stressed.
But we are. We are. We're stressed
Well,
because there's something wrong with you. Good for you.
I don't want you to be stressed.
Jesus.
23 after the hour here in the imus761 program. I don't want you to be stressed.
Holy shit.
But you've got to get it out. That's the problem.
I shouldn't have it in. I shouldn't have anything to get out. It's unnecessary because there's something wrong with you.
Well, all right, let's have a discussion about it.
What?
What do you think is wrong with it?
God. You have no patience.
Who knows? Okay, I have no patience.
That's all. That's all.
How does that make me a bad person?
Because you're a horrible person.
How?
You're the devil incarnate.
How?
I don't know how. That's what I'm saying. There's something wrong with you that I lack the skills or ability to discern. You're going to have to seek professional help on your own.
Hello?
You don't know how to decipher what's important and what you can just ignore. You freak out about everything.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
You do.
Well,
You do.
Lying.
No,
You freak out. You're about to freak out now.
No, I'm not.
You're within that. You're right now. You're within that. You can freak out. You're within
Everything,
a hair's breadth.
everything on this program
And planet.
is important.
Yeah, but you freak out if something just goes wrong. Slightly.
But I don't really freak out. About half of it's half kidding.
Oh my God!
Okay.
What? But no one can tell. I mean, there's no way to tell what is half kidding and what is deadly. You're about to be murdered. Serious.
Okay, let's talk to Peter from Boston on line 1. Peter,
Good morning.
when I lose it,
You know, when you lose it, I love when Charles goes to that higher octave level.
Yeah.
I can't help it.
That's the best. That means you've scored.
right.
So, B.B. King, backdoor Santa.
That's right. But you don't win.
I don't win.
No, but I'm going to play cut 11, Lou. If you know who this is.
Hey, you got screwed, Peter.
Oh, man,
Way to
can
go.
you believe that? I had the dial finger going and everything.
No, just hang on.
All right.
Just hang on.
And you wonder why.
Well, you shut up, Charles. How does that sound?
Oh my Lord.
Hey, good luck, Peter.
Can you go back on the Vicodin?
Here is, listen to a little bit of this, Peter, from Boston. And,
I get the feeling.
hey, you know, I got some bad news. You know who David Brudnoy is?
Boy, it's tragic what's happening. Yeah,
What a sweet guy. God bless him.
he's a giant in this area.
Well, it's just got us on that.
But you got to remember the good times. He was, for years, one of the best in AM talk radio.
I know he was. And we became sort of friendly and lovely. Just a lovely man.
Good guy.
Good
Great
person.
guy.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
He could orate terrifically.
Now, Scott, I'm sorry to hear that. So. Anyway. All right, check this out. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know, where those treetops listen and children listen to hear sleigh bells in the snow, then I am dreaming of a white Christmas with every Christmas card I write. May your days be merry and bright. May all your Christmases be white.
I'm dreaming of a white Christmas.
What do you think that is, Peter?
Oh man, that's of course it's not Bing. It's not Bing with David Bowie.
No.
You know that's a real doo-wop version.
It's the Drifters. I'm going to give you the iPod because you got the other thing right. And you sound like a nice guy, so.
Well, I'm trying out here, you know. I do though think that Pittsburgh might be a little stretch about the Super Bowl.
Did I say that?
Yeah, but they are tough.
Well, they beat the Patriots.
That's right. They did.
Are they both, see, I don't know that much about it. Are both the Patriots and the, this is really a stupid question, but I'll ask it. Are the Patriots and the Steelers in the same league, the AFC?
Yes.
Oh, they are. So they couldn't possibly play in the Super Bowl then, could they?
No.
No. Okay.
No. They could play in the championship round.
Well, that'd be a great game.
Well, who knows? It could well be. We beat them in 01 in Pittsburgh. But, I rest my case. We'll see what happens.
All right, man. Do not hang up, Peter. We're going to send you the stuff.
Play more Dave Edmonds, will you?
Oh, I love Dave Evans, don't you?
He needs more notoriety. The guy is fantastic.
Yeah, I know that.
Really great.
All right, man. Hang on.
Thank you.
28 after the hour, here on the Imus in the Morning program. All right, Dave.
Here now on the Imus in the Morning program, the former president of the United States, Bill Clinton.
He's been gone around 2,000 years, although he's never really left. And yet he's making a comeback now, the likes of which hadn't been seen since his first one 3 days after his own death, at least since Elvis in '68. I'm talking about Jesus. Don't get me wrong, the Spanish Inquisition, then Liz Smith's column mentions Barbra Streisand. Martin Luther gave him a boost in the early 16th century, and you can say he got some decent ink during the 1960s with Vatican II, the sequel. But ever since he did over $500 million worldwide at the box office with Mel Gibson's biopic, Jesus has truly been king of the world. Why the reason for the sudden popularity? Well, I think Osama bin Laden trying to put Allah on the front page of the tabloids had something to do with it. I know that ever since September 11th, I find I say the name of Jesus more often. And I'd like to think that my behavior during my administration was somewhat responsible for the return to his style of morality. But like every superstar, Jesus has got a powerful agent and manager behind him. His dad, the CEO of Omniscient, Omnipotent, and Omnipresent, has been managing his career since he was born. Took him from homeless person to cottage industry at a time when promotion wasn't all that easy. Forget the fact there was no internet. God got Jesus a development deal back when the only media outlet was papyrus and parchment. But it was his agent who got him on the cover of Time and Newsweek this year. It's his agent who's mentioned his name at every interview and photo op over the last 5 years. Jesus has no more loyal representation than President George W. Bush. And so I have to say I'm really glad he's signed with them for another 4 years.
have it sitting out there in the driveway for your baby.
Beautiful.
23 till the hour here on the imus761 program. Michelle Salvatore is in the studio.
Yes.
Sid's here. Chuck, we were talking about the Immaculate Conception. Chuck was trying to explain to Sid. Sid apparently got some wrong information from Francesa. The Immaculate Conception refers to what, Charles?
Well, and Bernard can correct me if I'm wrong, it's Roman Catholic doctrine, the assertion that Mary, from the moment that her soul was created, that she was created free of sin. That she was absolutely pure and free of original sin. Isn't that the Immaculate Conception,
right.
Bernard? Yeah.
See, now, but her mother and father both had input in her making. It wasn't like the mom conceived her without the dad's assistance.
See, I thought it went the other way around, that she conceived Jesus without...
No, that's the virgin birth, as opposed to Immaculate Conception.
Oh, maybe that's what
refers
Mike
to
said.
Mary's conception, as I understand it.
I thought Mike told me the Immaculate Conception was that she was impregnated without having sex.
No. The virgin birth is belief that Jesus was conceived without input of human father.
And I believe Luke's version, Gabriel appeared. Was it in Luke's version that Gabriel appeared?
With the flames.
I think so.
And said to Luke, or said to Mary, come here.
A goody birth, dog. Very good. Goody.
Here's what's going to happen. And she said either, well, kind of interesting, quoted a Beatles song, a couple thousand years before. She either said, let it be, or
What a moron.
Well, you're right.
Still a big joke.
or a Marvin Gaye song, Let's Get It On.
What is a big joke?
I don't think that was...
Listen to the Jew over there.
Think
Of
about
course it's a big joke. Why don't you butt out?
Think about how
Let's not have a religious war here.
Look what he's talking
Let's
about.
not
It's so
listen to the
ridiculous.
Jew.
The only reason why he's interested is to try to make fun of the whole thing and mock it.
Yes, I am.
That's his only purpose.
The whole story is so ridiculous that somebody had a baby without having sex and without in vitro back then. It's nonsense.
Well, you're right.
Without in vitro,
Yeah.
can you be any dumber?
I mean, here's the thing. If you reject the possibility of miracle, which is miracle, then
You know what's a miracle?
Then you reject the virgin birth as well.
You can't reject the possibility of miracle.
Why?
Because you have a job.
You're on the air.
Yeah, therefore you
And a
have to
family.
accept the concept of virgin birth.
Yell on a baby.
That's true. I do have a daughter. You're right. And your good friend, by the way, Bernie, who I swear to God, you guys are separated at birth. You're so much alike. It's scary. Bill O'Reilly, once again in trouble with the Jewish people. As a caller called his show and said,
What's he going to do now? Stick his thing in a bagel? What do you call it? Gefilte fish? I've only been in New York 30 years.
Take a fly. Take a fly and you know what at a rolling bagel?
Drip some lox of bagel on his wiener.
We could laugh about it, but Big Abe Foxman over there at Fox is not happy. It's not a Fox, I'm sorry. He's with the Anti-Defamation League.
He's with the League of Whiners.
Yes, what happened was somebody called, and some Jewish guy, and said, I'm sick and tired of these Bible-thumping maniacs like Chuck out there on the street trying to convert me.
Like Chuck?
Yes, like the Jews for
Chuck's
Jesus.
not up on his soapbox preaching to people.
Yeah, he was years ago. He was in that group with Alan Houston and Chris and Charlie Ward.
I'm quiet in my faith.
Well, he's changed now. But he used to walk around like Brian David Mitchell in Salt Lake City.
Oh, that's crazy.
No? But anyway, it seems that I guess somebody called.
Kidnapping Elizabeth Smart? Is that what I'm going to do next? Is that what you're suggesting?
Could be. And O'Reilly said to the guy, quote, you got to go to Israel then. In other words, get out of here, Jew boy. Shut your mouth.
Don't interpret for him.
Go back to your people in Israel.
If you're offended by people trying to convert you in a Christian country, then go to Israel. That's all he said.
Right. So what he said is, get out of here, Jew boy, and don't bother.
That's not what he said.
Well, it's exactly what he said. Well, he didn't say it. No, it's not exactly what he said.
Well, no, it isn't exactly what he said.
You know what I mean,
No, I don't know what you mean.
Well, why, are you with him? I mean, because, Bernie, you're with him, right? You think what he said was right?
He didn't say anything offensive. Some whiny Jew trying to make a mountain out of a molehill.
He said anything offensive. He said, whiny Jew, go back to Israel.
He didn't say that.
He didn't say whiny Jew.
If you don't want to be proselytized to, then go to Israel. That's all, because here, it's a free country.
Yeah, but how many people actually approach this Jewish guy a day that are trying to convert him?
The guy's got
They're all over the place. Take it easy.
All over the place.
So what are your plans for the holiday, Michelle?
I'm going to spend it with my mom and my grandmother and my family.
So everything fell through on you.
Everything.
No ball player with
I have no ball player, nope.
With a Hermes bag or something? Or?
Right.
I got to drive down to Washington Heights later on today to find a different Puerto Rican guy to sleep with this Christmas.
like Michelle. We'll just stop picking them out of the street.
Where does your mom and grandmother live?
My grandmother's from the Bronx, and my mother is now up in Monroe, New York.
What's her story?
My mom, well, she's divorced. She's going to kill me for telling you guys this, but she's great. She's fabulous. She's beautiful. She's a teacher.
She's divorced?
Yes.
Is she out there?
She's available, yeah.
Right. Really?
Yeah, I think we should find someone for my mom to date.
But so where is she?
In Monroe, Orange County.
Gotta be somebody up there, isn't there?
Yeah, I don't know.
A lot of Jewish people up there.
I had
what
a
does she
dream
do?
that she married a Jew.
What does she do?
I did. She's a teacher.
Teaches what?
She teaches computers right now, but she's got her master's in reading education.
Who are her students?
Oh, they're like 7th graders, maybe?
Right there you go.
Right there, perfect. No.
Some of those 7th graders a little bigger than the other one? Oh, Bobby.
It's terrible.
Bobby, the other kids are going out for recess. Come here.
But I have a younger brother, though, who's going to be 10, so I don't know if that would be very appropriate.
Come here, Bobby. I'll show you something you can do with your mouse.
That with residents born in over 100 nations, Queens, New York, they have these shows like Laura Ingraham and G. Gordon Liddy and Al Franken and they're whatever. I don't think Travis Smiley's of the world, not Travis, but you know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
They're all broadcasting from the Mandarin Hotel, and they wanted me to. I know you're not going to believe this, but they actually wanted me to take my program there. You even offered to pay for my plane, but that's not.
Excuse me.
I don't even know how to respond to that. It's just so idiotic that I would broadcast from any place where G. Gordon Liddy and Laura Ingraham and Al Franken were, even though I like them. But, come on.
So you're looking for something a little different?
Well, I don't even want to go. But, if they'd like us to go down there, wouldn't be a bad idea to do it from old Pork Chop Butt's house. Or Vice President Cheney, I'm sorry.
That's a great idea.
Yeah. So I just wondered if you could help us with that.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Just like NBC News helped me when I wanted to get that phony I voted for president, John Kerry, to stop his train into Mexico. And I even talked to Brokaw and Gregory, and they couldn't get anything done. Well, it's not their fault that John Kerry's a phony, but, whatever.
Now, have you talked to him since the election?
No.
Have you tried to call him?
Why would I call him? I'm not running for anything.
Maybe people are interested in hearing from Kerry, his first interview since the election.
Huh? I think he's probably going to give it in a friendlier venue. Because I lost $20,000 voting for this loser. The $20,000 I had to write checks for.
Really?
Yeah.
That's great.
How's that great?
To good causes, though, right?
Well, yeah, I gave $10,000 to the ranch and $10,000. Part of the good guy is old Sykes, John Sykes.
Yeah?
He's the president of Infinity.
I know he's done some good
He's
stuff.
the CEO. Hollander's the COO.
I know he's been helpful. Yep.
But he's always interested in stuff. He's interested in that Fallen Heroes Fund, Bo.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a great one.
Doing a lot of work for...
Good guy.
Did you know that soldiers can sign up? It's not mandatory. It ought to be, but and the government should pay for it, but for like $20 a month, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it is on soldiers' wages, you can get a death benefit of $250,000. But if you don't sign up for it, you get like 12 grand.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, well, that's right there. And where's the federal government should be giving $250,000 for these men and women giving their lives out there? They give it to these Halliburtons and all these bull crap out there. Start giving it to these families. Some of these kids go into the reserves and they have houses they can't afford, and these kids are losing their houses out there. That's why that Fallen Heroes Fund is very, very good. Santuli's behind that. The Fisher Brothers. It's a great charity.
You're right.
Hey, these men and women are giving their lives out there. Let's love our soldiers, man.
All right, here's Circle of the News. Good morning, Charles.
This big Post exclusive that Richard Bodedel was just referring to is among the top stories this morning, man. The U.S. Attorney's Office in New York and the Manhattan DA launching probes into a billionaire commodities trader pardoned back in 2001, the midnight pardon by then-President Bill Clinton. According to the Post, Mark Rich currently is under investigation for allegedly being involved in the UN's oil for food debacle.
About time there, Clinton.
Brokering a series of international deals that allowed politicians and businessmen to take advantage of lucrative oil deals offered by Saddam Hussein.
And they're going after poor Bernie for having a Mexican working for him.
Investigators believe Mr. Rich and a New York-based oil trader named Ben Polner sealed the deals by finding buyers for the oil vouchers that were being handed out by Saddam.
Hundreds of millions of dollars of American money, and they got a cucaracha working for him, and they're going after poor Bernie. He's bound to take a couple of side orders, and they're going after Bernie, but they let Mark Rich go, and all of a sudden Clinton. This is a conspiracy. They should indict the president, the ex-president, Clinton, along with this rich guy, extradite him back to Switzerland.
One doesn't make the other right.
The guy runs to Switzerland, and right away Switzerland protects him. They should take him. They should get a team of guys, put a sack over Mark Rich, bring that creep back, get all the money out, distribute amongst the stockholder nations, whoever lost, and the American soldiers. How about give his $1 billion to the Americans that are getting killed over there? This creep is over here. This is outrageous.
Yes, it is.
Yes, Bo.
Yes. Weather in New York, Charles?
The weather in New York, Don, mostly cloudy today with a high in the 40s, and the temperature's going to start down dramatically into the upper 20s overnight.
Be whatever Bo says it is, 3 after the hour.
Donate your car to the Outreach Center and receive a full eye.
And sometimes on MSNBC, though that appears to be unraveling.
Rapidly.
So, God, what a bunch of idiots.
Maybe ending.
We have Bo Dietl in here, who's as close to Bernie Carrick as about anybody, talking about the Bernie Carrick thing. The lead, the first 3 words in the Newsweek story are Richard Bo Dietl, and these idiots at MSNBC cut away to cover the Golden Globe nominations.
Not the results. Not the end who got, as though anybody cares. Oh, well.
As newsworthy as Bo's ever going to
As he's ever going to be.
Yeah. You're right, Bernard.
At the Wrangler National Rodeos final in Las Vegas, Trevor Brazil, though he didn't win any individual events, he won the all-around again. Kelly Timberman of Mills, Wyoming, won the bareback bronc riding. Team roping went to Speed Williams and Rich Skelton. Their 8th straight world team roping title.
Amazing. The Brooks and Dunn of world team roping.
Now, that's like, and you know, and I mean, that's like roping the head and the 2 hind feet of a steer in around 4 seconds, sometimes even under that.
Yeah, that puts that in perspective. Way to go, man.
Dustin Elliott of Nebraska won his first bull riding world title. Billy Edbauer of Edmond, Oklahoma, won his 5th world title in saddle bronc riding. He was thinking about retiring, you know.
Well, hope he's rethinking that now.
Monty Lewis, who's 12 years old, or 14, about, won the calf roping, tie-down roping, they call it. Fred Whitfield missed his calf.
Son of a fuck.
And Joe Beaver roped in 7.4 seconds. The winner of the 10th go-round roped in 7.2, but Joe Beaver, who's a very nice guy, placed 3rd in the all-around.
The beef, man.
And Lou Banquino of Los Alamos, California, won some steer wrestling. That's where they dive off the horse and wrestle the steer to the ground.
Know it well.
And in barrel racing, Kelly Kaminsky of Belleville, Texas, won the barrel racing. I don't know if she's ever won before, but she won this time. So, very exciting time out there in Las Vegas.
It's enormous. Can't overstate it. Huge.
Well, I like it. I like the
Wrangler Finals. The Wrangler Finals.
And Wrangler and Justin Bush. Justin Bush been around 125 years.
Absolutely.
Why Bo would pay $5,000 for a pair of shoes when he can get a pair of Justin Bush for about $1.25, or a little more than that.
$250.
Yeah. Anyway, a lot of bad news in the world. 8 Marines killed in Iraq. God. Car bomb in the green zone.
Yep.
Mess.
That sums it up. Mess.
And I've only met Bernard Kerik once or twice, but I would make this observation. I mean, I don't know what the point of hammering him now.
I can tell you exactly what the point is.
Tell me.
There are a lot of people out there who have this pent-up resentment of Rudolph Giuliani,
right,
who was elevated to deity status after 9/11.
You bet.
And this is a way to slap him down.
Oh, okay. Well, now, then I understand.
There you
Always a hidden agenda.
Okay.
Always a hidden agenda.
Okay.
Front page New York Times.
All right.
Is it the front of the... Is it front of the Washington Post?
Look how stupid Giuliani was to allow this to happen. Look how stupid he was. What kind of judgment does he have to allow Kerik to embarrass the president like this?
Mm-hmm.
Didn't he know? Couldn't he have stopped it? Wasn't Kerik his left-hand guy? Maybe he's not the man we thought he was. That's the whole point.
Oh, I see. Well, by the way, you should have known what was going on. You got to know what's going on.
Well, you know, how would he know he's hosing that horse-faced Judith Regan?
I don't know.
Well, if Charles were having an affair with someone,
Yep.
I would not know it.
There you go.
Of course not.
And isn't that the exact point here?
I mean, I would bet my life that he's not.
You didn't hear?
But
I don't know whether I'd bet my life or not. Well, yeah, I guess I think I would.
Be reasonable.
No, I think I would.
10 o'clock comes, Charles goes. You don't know what he's doing all day long.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, I have a
He
pretty
could
good
be
idea.
wearing seatless leather pants and heading, to the manhole down in the village or whatever.
No, that's a different issue. Everybody's known that. I'm talking about.
But how would you know unless he told you?
Well, I guess you wouldn't.
And here's the other thing. If I told you no, you would have enough faith and trust in me. You say, well, okay.
Meanwhile, he's got a trunk full of leather.
Sure. And,
Masks
you know.
and bustiers.
Now, Sid, who I can imagine every horrible thing in the world about, I'll bet you is cleaner than most people actually.
It's true.
Other than stealing stuff.
You'd be wrong.
I would be wrong.
No, you're exactly right.
Are you naive?
And here's the thing. I could run for any office right now because you're not going to find out something about me that you don't already know.
Right.
I don't have to worry about
Well,
stuff
the same
coming
with
out.
me, by the way.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So,
The skeletons are out and marching in an army.
skeleton. My house is like poltergeist. You kidding me? They're walking up and down the stairwells.
Here's Chuck with the news. Come on, Charles.
Shut up. Good morning, man.
The stairwells.
Mr. Giuliani's attitude right now, by the way, according to, this is the story from, this is from the Times. As for Giuliani, he said he expected to soon have Mr. Kerik back in the Times Square offices of Giuliani Partners, where they have worked together since leaving city government at the end of 2001. The partnership, which is staffed by many of Mr. Giuliani's top former City Hall aides, Mr. Giuliani insisted will emerge from this debacle largely unscathed. Well, so there you go.
No, Abraham Lincoln was a homosexual?
Do you think,
Did you know that? This felt like, this was in the paper today. I'm sorry.
Well, the article is about how he is not a homosexual, how the co-author was debunking that and trying to get that book, to stop publication.
So stuff comes out even, years after you get assassinated. Yeah, a couple of centuries.
Jesus, you really are. I don't even know how to respond.
Alexander the Great, he was gay.
Jesus, it just takes you.
It does. It just leaves you speechless.
Yeah, an absolute, just
But Sid's clean now.
hideously stupid person is what you are.
It's clean. He's got nothing wrong with it.
And the latest out of Iraq is that Abu Musab al-Zarqawi is claiming responsibility for this latest suicide car bombing in Baghdad at a checkpoint near the Green Zone. 13 people dead, another 15 wounded in the area that houses U.S. and Iraqi officials and a lot of other foreign agencies.
Lincoln took a shot to the head, not to the butt.
We haven't heard from Fred in a couple of days. Do we know why?
Negative. Because he hasn't phoned in is about the extent of our knowledge.
Has anybody tried to call him?
No.
Oh, yeah. It was all night. Sick about it.
What is his appearance sponsored by Jeep?
Allegedly.
They're trying to distance themselves.
It either is or it isn't.
Well, it wasn't on the log, let's put it that way.
Oh, well, I think that's an oversight, but I don't know. Check it and see.
But there was no car race this weekend. Does he still come on? There's no car race?
I think he does football picks, too.
Oh, he does? Yeah, I remember that.
But don't you think it's sort of odd we haven't heard from him for both Friday and today?
No.
Absolutely not.
Oh, for Fred, yeah.
A couple of weeks ago, he disappeared for like 3 weeks, didn't he? Remember? Last month, he was gone for... Yeah. He's on a crusade.
He's got a new identity.
Yeah.
Well, just simply because I'm sort of curious. He's my brother. Let's just see if you could maybe track him down.
Why, certainly.
Could you have Julie or somebody did that?
Certainly.
And so,
Make sure he's all right.
yeah, slot canyon somewhere with his arm pinned in a boulder or
Yeah.
you know, who knows?
The dog doesn't have him cornered in his trailer and won't let him out or something. Whatever.
He's slowly starving to death with this snarling animal.
Shot, give me my arm back.
What else going on, Joe?
You mentioned the terrible weekend yesterday for U.S. forces with the deaths of 8 Marines who died in fighting yesterday in Anbar province. The military says they were killed while conducting security and stabilization operations, but they haven't elaborated on exactly what was the specific details of how they died. But it was the heaviest daily death toll for U.S. troops since they launched the offensive last month against the former insurgent stronghold of Fallujah. And authorities say saboteurs caused yesterday's big power outage across Iraq. A fire damaged the fuel and water supply systems inside a key generating plant north of Baghdad, about 150 miles. And that knocked out electricity in the capital, along with Basra and Najaf, 2 cities well to the south of Baghdad. The government says power to emergency services like hospitals, sewage, water facilities in Baghdad was soon restored, but it was the work of saboteurs.
Time now for the imus761 Dependable Duracell Alkaline Battery Contest.
Speaking of power,
Celebrating the holiday season all week long. Giving away them dependable Duracell Alkaline batteries. And yes, a Sony Walkman CD player, plus $500 in cash. We're doing it twice a show, including right now. So call me on the I-line at 1-800-370-IMUS, which is 4687 numerically on your telephone. 1-800-370-IMUS. I'll take one caller. I'll talk to you for a minute or two. If I like you, you get the money, the Walkman, and the batteries. Call me now. 16 after the hour.
There's a for sale sign on a big old rusty tractor. You can't miss it. It's the first thing that you see. Just up the road, a pale blue water tower. With I love Chile painted in bright green. Hey, and my Uncle Bill there by the courthouse. He'll be lowering the flag when the sun goes down. And this is my town.
Looking for an easier way to afford the latest technology? Go to DellRadio.com, where you'll find great deals on PCs for your small business. Right now at DellRadio.com, you can get a Dell Dimension...
State Jeep dealer, and we checked that, Fred.
Hey, what's going on with the iMan?
So your appearance is sponsored and has been sponsored.
He said not to call till I got a job.
Did say that.
well, there you go.
But we weren't serious.
You are?
No.
Does you didn't get a job.
Maybe you were.
Guess you didn't get a job, I guess. I don't know.
I'm weighing the offers on the table now.
Oh, you are?
All right, yeah.
Well, this is great. Congratulations. How many offers do you have?
One. So actually the process is not going to take very long.
Where will you have to go?
Washington, D.C. to be the new Homeland Security Department nominee.
Okay. Did you hear a noise?
Well, there is a problem, you know. I mean, you can get jobs places, but you have to leave this part of the country to go some horrible place where there's 4 feet of snow and other things that you don't want to be around.
That isn't good. That isn't good.
I mean, what do you do?
Or is this offer from one of those places that has environmental concerns like that?
No, it's not actually.
So this could work.
I'm just thinking, you know, if it was, there were those people, I would have those concerns, you know, if I was to get an offer from one of those places. But they don't call me back for some reason. and they haven't even, a lot of people don't call me back, and they've never heard this show. They don't know whether it's any good or not. I mean, you can't even get a call back from a guy that hadn't heard the show. I think maybe, I don't know what you do then.
I don't know. What city is this one in? One that offer you're weighing?
It would be in Tucson. I don't want to go in any more about it at this particular time.
Did you pick any games over the weekend?
No, but you know, I didn't pick them, but I thought about them.
Right.
And I thought about that Jets-Pittsburgh game might be a pretty good game. I didn't watch it, but I'm glad Pittsburgh won.
You know what's amazing about you?
You know, another thing is...
What's admirable about you is
Would you talk to him so we'll eat my sandwich?
It's the sense of urgency in your voice that I think we can all appreciate. Your sense of urgency about getting work, about how it seems you're very worked up about the whole thing.
No, everything's working. I got a couple things going.
Well, how do you pay your bills if you don't work? I'm just curious.
I have a couple things going.
How do you pay your bills?
He says he has a couple of things going.
For Christ's sake.
He's generating income.
What did he
Right,
do?
Freddie?
Yeah, I got a couple things going that I can't talk about right now. But
there is a revenue stream, though, right?
Yes.
Okay.
It could be good.
There you go.
What are you dealing weed or something?
Good.
What are you dealing weed, Fred?
Crystal meth. He has a mobile crystal meth lab in his trailer. Very good.
Oh, I can definitely see that. I can see Fred in a smock all day, nothing else on underneath it, just cooking up the old man. Oh, I can see that.
Oh, God. Ask him if he wants the rodeo.
Did you watch the rodeo, Fred?
No, I'll tell you why. I can't. I'm embarrassed to say this, but I forgot that the National Finals Rodeo was going on.
Oh, my God.
I mean, I'll tell you, I did watch the Dale Earnhardt movie.
Yeah.
I thought that, well, here's what I don't understand for one thing. Why that movie wasn't on the big screen. I mean, that's how great a movie I thought it was.
Really?
Really?
And then the guy that played Earnhardt,
Barry Pepper.
Mm-hmm. The guy is unbelievably good. I mean, he's, for one thing, he looks a little like Earnhardt.
Yeah, he does.
Well, he played Roger Maris in Billy Crystal's 61 movie.
Yeah, I know, but he played Earnhardt in this movie.
Well, I understand.
He didn't play Maris in this
He didn't play Maris in the Earnhardt movie.
Right, yeah.
But the guy had the right attitude. I mean, he's a great actor. So I watched that movie. In fact, I'll probably watch it again when it's on. Mm-hmm. And then another thing.
How long was the movie?
Huh?
How long was the movie?
90 minutes.
How'd it end?
Well, it ends with that crash, you know, and they didn't go into detail because we all know what happened,
Did
so
you
there's
cry?
no reason to.
Did you cry at the end of the movie, Fred?
No, I felt bad, though, because Earnhardt
Tough
is
to watch anyhow.
Earnhardt is like Elvis. I mean, you know, that he's a legend, Earnhardt is.
Yeah.
Elvis.
So then they spent about 3 hours talking to different people, different race guys, you know. Talked to Waltrip and people like that, you know, after the movie.
Yeah.
That was great, man.
Oh, my God.
So that's what I've been doing, but I forgot about, I know Joe Beaver probably did pretty well. I don't know if he won anything. And that Trevor Brazil probably won it all, I would imagine. That's the hottest thing going out there, you know.
He didn't win any individual events, but some guy about 14 years old won the calf roping, tie-down roping.
Well, that's the guy with the $100,000 roping horse.
Is that Monty Lewis?
I don't know. I know one of those guys. He's got just this great horse. That's all I know about it. Because
those guys would rope in go-karts if they could. All they're trying to do is get to the cow.
Yeah, it's just transportation to the cow is all it is. But this guy does have I heard a couple people talking about what a great horse this one guy's got.
This is where you just about lose everybody now.
Oh, yeah, right now.
What do you like in... Yeah, right at this point. Like they weren't, they didn't leave 5 minutes ago.
Okay, you guys can go now.
What do you like in tonight's game, Fred?
I like to go Baltimore.
That's great, because they're not playing.
It's Kansas City and Tennessee tonight.
But it was a good guess. I mean,
I'll tell you why I like Tennessee.
Yeah.
Because the Priest Holmes is out for the season, so... In Kansas City, Trent Green's okay if you want the ball thrown in the ground, you know.
Yeah, sure.
But I mean, without Priest Holmes, but please, come on.
All right.
Is it dog day?
Plus, Tennessee, McNair is one of my favorites.
We're going to go for you, Fred, and your trailer there in Tucson. And we'll talk to you Friday.
Bye, Fred.
To Jean from Connecticut, who has 7 kids. Good morning, Jean.
Morning, how are you? How's it hanging?
What?
I said, how's it hanging?
To the left and low, baby.
I used to say that to a childhood friend's father. I had no clue what it meant.
Sure.
And I got the biggest laugh out of that man.
Oh, you're darn.
And 7 kids out of that man, too.
7 kids?
Well, 4 with my husband, and then he has 3 from his first marriage.
Oh, I see. That makes sense.
One has spent about 8 months in Iraq. He's with the 101st Screaming Eagles.
Right. Airborne.
He'll be going back in February, so we're very proud of him.
My brother was in the 101st Airborne.
Yeah. I thought he was the 82nd.
No, he was in the Screaming Eagles.
Oh, okay.
'Cause he has a Screaming Eagle tattoo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And you wanted to know what I was going to do with it, with the funds?
Oh, I don't care.
Oh, you don't care? Oh, okay.
No, I'm going to give you the money because I like the sound of your voice.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. You get a Sony Walkman.
Yep.
You get a bunch of Duracell batteries, so you don't have to cut down on having all them kids.
So you get a diaphragm, too.
And you get a Sony Walkman, so you get a little Barry White or something on there. And
yeah, some Eagles. Eagles, yeah.
Some Eagle-E's on your Sony Walkman.
You got it.
All right, hang on. Don't hang up.
I will not. I appreciate it.
Because if you hang up, well, you know.
Well, I know.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, or Happy Kwanzaa, or Happy Hanukkah, whichever one you're going to get down with.
Merry Christmas to you, too. I'm
The opening bell of the New York Stock Exchange, sponsored by your Tri-State Jeep dealer, Trail Rated Capability in a 4x4.
I love the colorful clothes she wears, and she's already working on my brain. I only look in her eyes, but I picked up something I just can't explain. And I'm picking up the vibration. She's giving me the excitation. I'm picking up the vibration. She's got me by the excitation. I say I'm good vibration. I'm a in the morning.
He threw up last time he took a regular one, so he's probably better off if it expires anyway.
Probably right.
Yeah, he can't take that stuff.
I can't.
He never even shot heroin in his whole life. Never, not even once.
Never did.
I'll take a few. I'll let you know how.
Well, neither did I.
You never shot heroin?
No.
You call yourself a drug addict?
Well, yeah.
Oh, gee, wuss.
How about Jersey? Jersey, once again, has a dubious distinction of having the purest heroin in the country.
What do you mean, this dubious? That's why I live there.
70%, 70-odd, some odd percent pure. I don't know about these things, but I guess it's...
That's why you pay such high taxes in Wayne.
Because that's where it's imported to, and it hadn't hit the streets yet and been cut as it gets distributed across the country.
That's right.
Way to
We
go,
have a
Jersey.
sports report from the puffy-eyed weasel.
Yeah.
Yes, Kansas City plays Tennessee.
What's going on
tonight.
with you and Mad Dog? I thought that was passed up.
It is. I don't know. Raceman got to this a little too late. I mean, I will say this. There's no love lost. I mean, I don't think Toby likes me all that much, to be honest.
Right.
But I mean, it's not as bad as Raceman made it out to sound. We do talk. And
I love the guy.
there it is. See?
Here's Mad Dog now.
I love the guy.
He doesn't love me, but doesn't dislike
He's
me.
my man.
Oh, that's hardly the case. But don't.
Oh, no.
Get away from me.
Russo's hugging the eye, man.
15th anniversary. And by the way, I know who won the check game.
Hey,
I watched the whole thing.
Hey,
I'm
you
hugging
seen
him.
Nance?
What are you doing?
I'm fat as Nance.
Oh, I know he's a plump
Stanley.
What is that?
We got a treadmill, for God's sake.
Yeah, I mean, what is going
Oh,
on?
looks nice there, doesn't he? Looks good.
What, Mad Dog?
Yeah.
They look good
You want
today.
my paper, Sid? I had to run. I'm taking yours.
All right, see you later.
Now, where's the sports page?
You can have whatever you want.
Darn it.
Well, Sid wouldn't have the sports page.
That's nuts.
Mad Dog Russo here, early for some reason. Dropping in.
Yeah.
8 minutes
Well, it's
till
an
the hour.
exciting week here. We are celebrating the 15-year anniversary of Radio Perfection on Wednesday night. You're going to be there, I mean.
No.
How could you not show up?
What?
How could you not show up? I don't understand.
Easily.
You're just not going to come.
No. That's how you don't show up.
Yeah, because if you're not there...
It's no more difficult than that.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Yeah, why would I show up?
because these two are your good friends.
Of course they are, but I mean, I don't go to stuff like that.
If you were having an anniversary party, would you expect
I don't
them
have anniversary
But if
parties.
you did, would you expect them to be at yours?
No.
Really?
Absolutely not.
Oh, okay, then you don't have to go
I
there.
wouldn't expect anybody to be there.
Right.
Which is why I don't have them. Nor have I ever. In all the years I've been in New York, I've never had any kind of anniversary.
Right.
And I even have to stop and think about how many years it's actually been.
Right.
Because they haven't been continuous. Or a couple of years off there.
Have they offered it to you at any point? Has management come to you, to Mike and Chris, and say, you know what, man, it's been 25 years, we want to throw you a gala?
No.
Are you kidding me?
No.
And you don't feel disrespected?
No.
No disrespect to Mike and Chris. They're great at what they do, but they get an anniversary party, and the legend that is Donald Arthur Imus gets nothing?
I think they know the I-Man's attitude regarding those kinds of functions.
Right.
Well, think of all the...
what?
All the people we could have a great time. We could have, Howard Feynman could come and...
No, Howard Feynman.
And Tom Oliphant.
Tom Oliphant.
What a great party this is.
Well, that'd be great.
Oh, could you imagine the open bar at this one at Imus's party? Oh, it'd be
Holy
spectacular.
God. What are you, nuts?
What do you mean?
Get out of my way, Stephanopoulos. The bar's right there. Get out of my way.
Greenfield will be there. Andrea Mitchell will be there.
Yeah.
It'll be a blast.
Yeah, just be great. Holy God.
Oh, boy.
What do you like in tonight's game?
I like the Chiefs.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Who cares, right?
Nobody cares. They're both 4-8. Neither team is going anywhere. I mean, people care because you get a bet on it. It's Monday Night Football. But there's really no... you know what else is on tonight, actually? If you're a movie buff, and I know you are, I-Man, on HBO tonight, they got the life story of Peter Sellers, who's played by the brilliant actor that is Jeffrey Rush, and the gorgeous Charlize Theron is in the movie as well.
Enough.
Did you like Peter Sellers? Inspector Clouseau, did you like all that?
No.
But you know what I'm talking about, Pink Panther, right?
Yeah, of course.
So you didn't like that, huh?
Well, I don't think I saw him.
Never?
No.
What was the last movie you saw again? Was it, what, tell me, Ben-Hur or something?
Ben-Hur. No, I mean, the last movie I saw was probably Lord of the Rings.
Birth of a Nation.
You little jerk.
Not the last one.
Death of an engineer in a minute.
All right, what else? Yesterday, football, 3 teams had a chance to go to 12-1. They all went. I-Man, the Patriots beat the Bengals, the Steelers beat the Jets, and the Eagles beat the Redskins last night.
That's great.
And Bill Parcells,
I thought the Redskins looked pretty good last night.
They did. They've actually looked good in defeat now the last couple of weeks. They played much better. Reason for optimism in year 2 of Joe Gibbs next year.
Isn't their defense pretty good?
Very good.
So they need an offense.
They need an offense, yes. Right. But, I mean, they have a good running back in Clinton Portis, and they've got a young quarterback in Patrick Ramsey. If I'm a Redskin fan, I feel pretty good about next year.
Sure.
Now, if I'm a Giant fan, I'm a little nervous because Eli Manning's atrocious. But you don't want to, judge a whole guy's career on just 4 games. It's too rough.
What would you judge it on?
5 games.
5, sure. After this week, mail it in. No, he's going to be fine. He's going to be fine.
Well, is he going to be fine, or is he going to be Phil Simms?
You know what's funny about that? If he's Phil Simms, he's not good enough. Because Phil, in my opinion, is a Hall of Fame quarterback. But at no point in Phil's career was he one of the best 2 or 3 quarterbacks in the NFL. And the Giants expect Eli Manning to be just that, about as good as his brother.
That's not going to happen.
No. And the odds are he's probably not going to be as good as Phil Simms.
No.
So, doesn't look good for Ronnie Accorsi and the Giants.
It's like you're not as good as Patrick McEnroe.
At what?
Same kind of difference.
Visa, proud sponsor of the NFL, asks, how